Hi everyone, Simon here from Sterling Business Coaching, and in today's Monday's Moment, I want to reflect on something that ties in with this month of February, but also ties in with my recent experience of taking my dog to reactive dog training. That's what I'm going to talk about in today's Monday's Moment. Now, over the last few weeks, I've been taking our reactive border collie, who's lying at the side of me here on the floor, to dog training. And it also gave me a perspective on what is needed to get the most enjoyment from the relationship that I have with the dog, but also how I can get him to be most effective from the training that I've been taking him to, which hasn't actually worked out that well, the training that is. And then I started thinking about how does that tie into business and how does that tie into the theme for this month as well? Well, it comes down to one thing: trust. Now, Blue is a 4-year-old border collie. He's blue because he's a blue merle in colour, and we got him from a rescue centre. And what I've realised in the last few weeks of training is that if you want to get the most out of the dog, or you want to get the most out of your team, we have to work on trust. And this is the foundation level that Patrick Lencioni talks about in his book, The Five Dysfunctions of a Team. So if you want to build that relationship and you want to grow the success and the profit and the productivity from your team, and you want to get the most from any training that you give them and any development that you want to give them, just like I've been trying to do with Blue, then what you've got to do is work on building trust. Because unfortunately, Blue is fearful. You can see him there in the image pulling on his lead. As soon as he goes out of our boundary of where we live, as soon as he goes out onto the road where other things are happening, he's got a complete lack of trust in us as his owners because he's so fearful of what is around him. And what he wants to do is run away from everything or get in there first and attack everything, because he hasn't yet learnt that when he goes outside onto the road and all these things are happening, that he can trust in us. And that's really important for me to build with him. And we're going to be working on that in the weeks ahead. But it's also important for you to think about with your team. If you want a business that you love doing, if you want everybody in the business to have fun, to be productive, and to enjoy coming to work, then as you go over the obstacles, as you can see in that middle image there that we've used in videos recently, you have got to build trust. You've got to know that when you're going to reach out for that help, when you're going to put that hand out to give somebody a lift up, that person has got to believe and trust that you're doing it for the right reasons, that you're going to give the right amount of support, and that you've got their back. So trust is that essential, absolutely vital first layer of getting the most from your team and building a great team. And even if you're working on your own, trust helps you build relationships with your suppliers. It helps you build relationships with your clients. Trust is the foundation of everything that we do. And like with Blue, we've got to get that level of trust. So no matter what the environment is that out there, he looks to us for that trust because he knows it's going to be there. So if you, as the image shows below, want to increase your success this week, think about increasing that level of trust that you have in other people, that they have in you, and also that they have in each other as well, both supply chain within your team if you've got one, or with you, your clients, etc. Do they really trust you? Do you really trust them? Do they trust each other? That's what I want you to think about in the week ahead, because very often the solution to people who are fearful, the solution to people who are reactive to their circumstances around them, just like with Blue, is to build trust and to build it in bucket loads, to overwhelmingly develop that trust so that in every circumstance they look to you. That's what I want you to think about in the week ahead. And of course, I'd love you to like this video. I'd love you to be a follower of us on social media, and also share this post with as many of your contacts as you can, so perhaps they can look at building trust with their connections. Perhaps you want them to recognize that you need their trust as well. And if you've got any issues around productivity or getting the most from your team, or just having a business that you just love doing what you do, then just use that link that's going across the bottom now, timewithsimon.com, and grab 30 minutes with me. No cost, just your time, and no sales pitch guaranteed. See you on next week's Monday's Moment and in the posts during the week. Bye for now.